take a look at what Mercer says. Oh, I didn't see you there. Guess you clicked on that annotation I was talking about. Welcome back, you made it. So, do you remember what I said we're going to go over today? Yeah, that's what I thought. You suck. We're going to go over the unnamed overlords, also known as, guess, Necron Overlord and a Destroyer Lord. Oh yeah. So, we're going to start with the Necron Overlord. And since these guys don't have any inbuilt special rules, I'm going to tell you all about each thing they can take. From a competitive standpoint, of course, because that's all I do. I play competitively, and I win, which is why you're watching this video. Options: upgrade to Baron, 20 points. No. Actually, depends what kind of list you have here. If you have a list that has a lot of Ghost Arcs, and a lot of Warriors, and a lot of Gauss Immortals, you can take this upgrade for one of your Necron Overlords, if you really feel like it. Mainly because it makes them relentless. If you don't know what that does, you're stupid, but I'll tell you anyway. It makes them so that they can move and shoot rapid-fire weapons at their effective range, with all Necron Ghost weapons is 24. And if they do shoot rapid-fire, they can assault afterward, which helps, because if you have a 20-brick squad of Warriors with one of these guys with Baron, you can walk up to someone, shoot 40 Gauss shots into them, then assault whatever's left and start beating the crap out of them with your Initiative 2 awesomeness. Ugh, yeah. But, personally, unless you're running like a lot of Warriors and stuff like that, I would not take this. May exchange Staff of Light for one of the following: Hyper Face, Sword, Gauntlet of Fire, Void Blade, and Warsight. Under no circumstances should you take any of the things I just said that isn't a Warsight. I don't care what you're playing against. Take a Warsight. There's just no question. Just take a damn Warsight. It's only 10 freaking points. Take it. Now, here comes the really awesome word here. May take Phylactery, Mind Shackle Scarab, Semi-Paternal Weave, Tesseract Labyrinth, Tachyon Arrow, Resurrection Orb, and Phase Shifter. Phylactery I would not recommend. I think it's too many points for something that relies on if you can get back up in the first place and you need those points elsewhere. Like for the next piece of word, your Mind Shackle Scarabs. Take these if you can fit them. They're really, really awesome. You can potentially make anything that is in base-to-base with you start beating the crap out of itself or its own unit. Which means if you're being attacked by a Sergeant with a Power Fist, and for some reason he has like 2 multi-wound guys in that unit, and he fails his Mind Shackle, which is 3d6 for leadership checks, he can then start beating the crap out of his own guys and start instant-deathing them. Then when it's his turn to assault, he doesn't even get to attack. And then your Lord can just stab him in the stomach with his Warsight, which you better take, because I told you to take it. Next, Semi-Paternal Weave. Good if you have the points. It's a 2-up save. Why not? Tesseract Labyrinth. I personally think this is absolutely hilarious. How it works is this. If you're in base-to-base with a character and they roll, I believe it is, what is it, over the amount of wounds they have left, they're dead. So honestly, you just remove them from play. I think it's awesome, because if you're in base-to-base with Drago, and he just failed his Mind Shackle and started beating the crap out of himself, and you did like, you know, a wound or 2 to win with your Warsight, and he only has 1 wound left, oh, you just rolled a 2? You're removed from play. No save, no invulnerable. He's just dead. You know, it is expensive, but I personally take it just because I love seeing the player's face when their Swarmlord stabs himself in the stomach and then gets removed off the board. I think it's awesome. Tachyon Arrow, no, not taking this one. It's 1 shot only and it's 30 points. Nope, don't care what the strength and AP is, not doing it. Resurrection Orb, you would take this if you are also with that same 20 block of Warriors I was talking about earlier. Because having a giant brick of 20 Warriors, if you have that, by the way, you should be supporting them with 2 Ghost Arcs, and have them get up on a 4-up is really, really hard to kill, and you'll piss off a lot of people, which we all know is a really fun part of the game. Next, Phase Shifter. Again, if you have the points and you want your Overlords to be super close combat death, if I'm going to kill every monstrous creature I see, take this. If not, if he's with the Warriors or something like that, or strictly an anti-tank Overlord, don't take this, because it's a lot of freaking points. Now, ways to use this Overlord. First one is the one I was just describing to you, with Baron and the Resurrection Orb and the Mind Shackle. It will make your guys a lot more resilient if you have them with a bunch of Warriors. The other way is the anti-tank Overlord, which is one of my personal favorites. Now, quick quiz. You know how sweep attacks work. But in case you don't, I'm going to tell you anyway. It's 3 attacks that automatically hit on 4s if you sweep over a vehicle on their rear armor. What that means is, I'm sorry, I should mention this, if you're in a Catacomb Command barge. So if you move 24 inches over a vehicle, you get 3 attacks that hit on 4s, gaining any benefits of the close combat weapon you personally have against the vehicle's rear armor. So, what do you think you should take? If you said Gauntlet of Fire, you are fucking retarded. I'm sorry. You take a Warsight. What that means is you're hitting a vehicle on its rear armor, which is strength 7 plus 2d6 for armor penetration. What this means is your fancy Lehman Russ battle tank with 14 front armor, if you get a sweep over it, it's 7 plus 2d6 against its rear armor 11. You can kill it. You should take these in almost every list you have. They are the absolute best units in the Codex. Catacomb Command Barge Scythe Lords will dominate any vehicle that they come across. Another bonus is if you're doing it over a squad of guys and you get a 6, you get to allocate the wound. So if you fly over a big squad of Space Marines and one of them has a multi-melta, which, you know, all Necron vehicles are open-topped, we don't like multi-meltas, and you get a 6, you can allocate it to that guy. Being strength 7, ignoring armor, 2 up, he's dead. And then your opponent's like, you're just like, yeah, that's what I do. It should also be noted that, what was I going to say? It always hits on 4s unless you move, I believe it's 6 inches or less, then it hits on 3s, which is okay. But if you're doing that, you're probably going to be getting out and assaulting, which, if you're running a Scythe Lord just plain, you shouldn't be doing that. Another nifty thing about it is it ignores cover. So your smoke launchers don't care. KFF don't care. I don't know what else gives cover in this game, like obscured from something. Nope. It's dead, and the War Scythe just killed it, and it's awesome. And that is how you can run an Overlord with, you know, just a plain War Scythe. Never run these guys on foot if you just plan on giving them a War Scythe. Find the points to give them a Catacomb Command Barge. The final loadout for them, which is less commonly used, is the Super Elite Overlord of Ultimate Death and Destruction. This means an Overlord with a 2-up save, Mind Shackle, 3-up Invulnerable, War Scythes, you know, what's it called, Tachyon Arrow, and Tesseract Labyrinth. And if you really have the points, like a Resurrection Orb and Phylactery, like legit everything. And what this means is this guy is almost going to be impossible to kill. What this also means is he's going to be around 300 freaking points if you bring him with the Catacomb Command Barge, which you definitely will be. I would not recommend doing that. If you want to do a minor version of that, just give him a Scythe and maybe a 2-up, 3-up Invulnerable and Mind Shackle. Don't take like the Labyrinth and the Arrow and the and the Phylactery and stuff like that. It just adds up to way too much. And that is how you can run your Overlords in this Codex if you don't pick any of the named guys. Personally, I just take guys with the Scythe and I put them in the Command Barge and I let them sweep attack vehicles. They're one of my primary anti-tank sources and I love them for it. My advice to you, do that. Destroyer Lords. These guys are alright. They're not as versatile as the normal Overlords. You can't take quite as much stuff, but you can still take a decent amount. May exchange War Scythe for one of the following. Quick quiz. Would you ever exchange it for any of these things? No. Why? Because War Scythes are awesome, and you know that. Because you watch these videos. So yeah, completely ignore that. May take any of the following. Semi-Paternal Weave, Mind Shackle, Tachyon Arrow, and a Resurrection Orb. My advice to you when using a Destroyer Lord is make sure you have Wraiths to go with him. The reason being, this guy cannot take a Phase Shifter because Game Workshop hates us. I don't know why. We could in the last Codex, but we can't in this one. If you stick him with Wraiths, and you get hit with, like, I don't know, a Melta or Las Cannon, you can throw that 3-up Invulnerable on some Wraith with, like, no war gear that no one likes, and it can probably make it. And if it dies, no one cares. It's just one Wraith with no war gear. And your Destroyer Lord's good to go. What it also means is when your Wraiths come into combat, if they're rending in, like, 1,000,000 Strength 6 attacks don't kill stuff, he now has his, like, 4 Strength 7 with the War Scythe attacks that will most likely kill something. You can also give him Mind Shackle to make the Wraith's job even easier, and you can give him a Semi-Paternal to make him even more survivable. Being Toughness 6, he becomes a hard mother to kill. What else was I going to say about this dude? Oh yeah, he has the really funny thing in the new Codex called Preferred Enemy, parenthesis, everything, end of parenthesis, which means he gets to reroll the hit in close combat with a Strength 7 War Scythe. Yes, we like this. We like this very much. This is your primary guy in your Elite CC unit of deaths, which should be Wraiths, because Wraiths are amazing, but that's a different video. And that is the Destroyer Lord in a can for you. He is also Jump Infantry, he's not a jet bike anymore. We were all bitterly disappointed by that, but what the hell can you do? And those are the 2 unnamed dudes, and that's how you should run them. Coming next time when we're going to go over most likely the Elites. I'm going to tell you what to take and what not to take and what never to take and even consider. Watch it, click the annotation, subscribe, rate, like, comment, say how awesome I am. I don't know, do what you want. Say how awesome I am. Alright, see ya.